Hey, what's up, everybody? It's been a little while. This is going to be episode 30 of Road to Data Engineer. So, I've done quite a lot of work off camera over the last month or so for the project. And today, I got a lot going on today, but planning on doing at least an hour, maybe 2 hours of work today. So, I'm going to go ahead and start my Pomodoro timer for the first hour at least. Um, so, yeah, I'm just going to catch you up on where I've been at. I think the last episode I was still working on doing the data cleaning. Um, and I pretty much finished all of that off camera. So it's going to be everything's on the GitHub, of course. So the data set's like relatively clean. Um, and then I started exploring ways to do the analysis. Um, so my analysis file mostly is just making plots here. You can see list plots, append list plots. And then essentially what it does is where are they? Wrong folder. um, yeah, it stores all the plots as RDS files in my plots directory. This way I can just load the analysis really quickly and know exactly what I'm loading as well. So in terms of displaying the analysis, I'm now using Quarto, which if you're not familiar with it, um, it's basically like a tool put out by Posit that helps you like do display your data analysis in a more friendly way, and they have a bunch of different cool options. It's a super sick tool. Integrates with RStudio really nicely, um, and allows you to make websites. So uh, I'm using it to make a website. So um, just to also kind of display how much I worked on it, you can see here on Git, I have quite a few contributions. A couple weekends back, I've taken about 2 weekends off, but so did a lot in the last few weeks. And then this is kind of where the website is at right now. So I have kind of the skeleton of the website laid out. I have some more like UI UX ideas to improve it once I have like all the analysis done. But I just wanted to get like something on paper basically. So there'll be a little intro section, then there'll be kind of like a high level overview of the analysis. Then we have analysis at the placing level, the tournament level, and then some time series analysis. Then I'm going to have a page where I kind of talk about like the actual more kind of technical details of the data, like, oh, here's where the data's coming from. This is what the data means. Here are some choices I had to make during data cleaning that you could, make different choices if you wanted to, that type of thing. Then I'll have a page where I kind of just do like a wrap up, like, hey, we did all this analysis. What's like our ultimate conclusion, right? And I have like an about me page. I'll fill this out more in detail, but just wanted to get some basic stuff up. A little picture of me, my link to my LinkedIn, GitHub, and then I also have these two up here linking to my GitHub and my LinkedIn. So that was kind of cool to set up. So that's kind of the idea. I might have like a hamburger menu on the left that drops down into all the analysis. I'm not totally sure yet. But just going through over some of the actual analysis I already did. I basically looked at like, okay, here's some distributions of a couple different breakdowns, and like what are they telling us, and then I did some like really brief write-ups, nothing too crazy. Then I started plotting like, okay, what does the data say based on placings? So I looked at proportion of placings, I looked at placings by weight class placing, absolute placings. And then I did some tournament analysis. Like, do we actually see any difference from like tournament to tournament or not? So that's this here. And then uh, I did some time series analysis, like what are the trends over time. Now here I'm using the low S method, which I'm not like super deep in the understanding of it. It's kind of like R's default method for time series plotting. I might play around with some rolling averages, but the data set's like small enough that uh, the time series plotting is a little it's very like if you just try to do a normal line graph, for example, it's super spiky. So the lowest method smoothed it out a lot. And this was the one page where I didn't really start to do any type of like brief write up at all. So I guess I should kind of figure out what the hell I'm gonna be actually working on today. I do need to get the plots sized right. Something about like in Quarto on our studio, they come out looking fine, or in my IDE, they look fine. But as soon as I hit them to the GitHub webpage, the proportions of the plots get all messed up and stuff gets cut, like we see here. So definitely got to figure that out. And yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. And got to clean up the plots, start writing some analysis, or some more like better talking points of the analysis of what the plots are really telling us, and then start filling out the empty skeleton pages. And so yeah, that's kind of where we're going. Oh, and the last thing is excuse me. Eventually I'm gonna set up some GitHub actions so the project like refreshes itself like once a month. So it's like always pulling new data. And I started exploring that a little bit already, not too much, but I did some stuff with GitLab runners at work a little bit, which is a very similar type of thing. But so that's a plan for the future as well. Okay, it's been a couple of weeks since I worked on this, so I kind of need to figure out where I'm at. Maybe let's just try to render the website here in our studio. Need to change my settings. My render settings. Preview and viewer pane. Let's try again. Okay. Cool. Okay, it's probably gonna have to re-render all the pages because I was working on my laptop last time I worked on the project, not on my desktop. Okay, this is cool. It's actually showing how things are like distorted, which it wasn't showing that on my laptop, so that's kind of interesting. Tournament placings, time series. Okay. Okay, maybe let's start by trying to figure out how to adjust these to look right. Okay, so it's gonna be the overview page. I did start exploring this already a touch the other day, and they chit chat about this in R for data science a little bit. Oh, this is the first edition. I want the second edition. Here we go. Figures. Here we go. Figure sizing. Fig width, fig height. 3 of 5 options. Consistent width. Let's see. Figure, sizing, Quarto. Elephant, PNG. Mm. Mm. Source. Um, hmm. Hmm. By default, figures are displayed using their actual size. You can change the display image by adding the width and height attributes to the figure. For example, width 300. Let's try that. I don't think this is going to work, but let's certainly try. Okay, thought that might be the case. Could not find function read plot. Oh, I need to. No package called here. Oh, I may not have here on my machine, actually. On this machine. Let's see. I do not, so I need to install here. Perfect. Zero length variable name. There we go. Just took a second. Okay, let's try this again. Mm. Mm. Diagrams. Mm. Mm. Probably page layout. Mm. here we go. Note that figure layout attributes also work by execute. Here are examples for both Jupyter figure line 1. Interesting. Block layout. Quarto plot size. Yeah, okay. Our figure height. I saw this Reddit post before, so I think this should work. Yeah, okay. So let's look at the RStudio section again. So let's try this golden ratio. Figure width 6 and figure aspect ratio 0.618. Okay. Hmm. 3 of the 5 options. Well, that's not quite right. Out width. Okay, let's try this. Okay, comma separator. Fig line. I mean, starting to a little bit, right? I feel like the height is just not quite right. Let's play around with the alignment. I feel like that's not even really making a difference here. Let's remove the width. Yeah, it's like not even really affecting it. We'll try this golden ratio, as they put it, 0.6 or 6. Figure it out, aspect ratio, 0.68. So only adjust figure aspect ratio. So I don't know, let's Now I wonder if this is more of an issue with my chart or my image, because this could be maybe a plotting issue. Here, let's re-render this page and just see what it looks like. Okay. Now what happens if I make the width like way wider? Okay, that's a fucking huge blot though. Let's try to render it again, I guess. I mean, maybe a touch big. Maybe like 8. Maybe we'll drop this down a little bit. I mean, that's looking good, to be honest. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, I mean, that looks really good, actually. I wonder what will happen if I set my default width to 8. Um, Global options. For example, if you're preparing a report for an audience who does not need to see your code, but only echo false, that will hide the code by default, so only showing echo true. Oh, wow. That would be really good for me to have. Because if I remember right, I pretty much set echo to be like false on literally all of my stuff. Yeah. Okay. Guess I need to actually learn how to use the YAML a little bit more, huh? Um, okay, title my report. Execute echo. Okay, global options. Under execute. This will hide the code by default. Choose to show with echo true. You might consider message false and warning false, but that would make it harder to debug because you wouldn't see in the final document. Since Quarto is designed to be multilingual, all linear options are not available. That are not other Quartos either. You can linear field under ops check. Okay. Global options. So let's try that. Should be on our website. Execute echo false. Okay. We're just gonna open up all of my documents and remove the echo calls and just make sure that the website still renders correctly and pushes correctly. Might remove the warnings and stuff as well, but I'm not sure yet. Or might make those global as well. Okay, so let's go to Git here. Actually, probably need to Quarto render. Quarto render to render the whole website. Saying that's not valid. Let me look at my YAML. Execute is invalid. Did I spell it wrong? Execute. I don't think so. We need to find, how do I control the YAML? Page layout includes variables. Need to find more like YAML stuff. Global. Project file options. Affect the way Markdown is written tells me by including an error. Hmm. Hmm. um, YAML options, Quarto, OPML options, title, date format, author format options, Quarto, layout, code, execution options should be specified within execution key. Okay. Sure. Output. But where do I place that? Title, date, format, brand, table, code and execution, echo, false. Maybe let's try this. Hmm. Oh, maybe I need to save it. Oh, okay. Maybe I just needed to move it out of the website option. Not sure. Placing analysis. I think I messed up my file or something. Um, Style positive. Base. Um, hmm, Interesting. Placing analysis. Let's look at the website real quick. Oh, that's weird. Oh, let's see. Can I read any of these? Style positive. I'm guessing I'm missing a package, to be honest, here. Um, that I have on my laptop that I don't have on my desktop. Yes. Yep. I thought this might be the case. Yep. This is good. This is like, it's really, really rare that I have actual like package versioning issues and at my work or even that stuff I've done at home. So this is really good for me to see because like I always hear that it's like an issue, but I've never like or I haven't experienced it very much. So like probably will need to like set up pack rat or something for the project eventually, so stuff like this doesn't happen. But it was also cool to see like, hey, I was like, I think this is a versioning issue. You know what I mean? So let's try again and see. LOL. I don't think that worked either. Um, no, I just think everything's fucking up. Could be, I don't know, it could be a few things though. Placing a weight class. I don't know, that's weird. Um, I'm gonna low-key restart our studio. Save. Maybe we'll load in. Like a scratch R file or something. Oh, it could be a OneDrive issue too, where like I haven't actually downloaded the plots, and that's why it's being weird. I think I'm just gonna run my data cleansing and analysis code. Need to select an R interpreter apparently. Yeah, these all just got updated, so all my plots should be on the machine now. So let's try this again. There we go. Yeah, it was some type of OneDrive issue. Okay, so let's try to render again and see if our global option to turn echo off worked. And I'm gonna heat up my coffee while that's rendering. Okay, cool. It looks like it actually rendered all the way. Okay. So let's do some git status. Bootstrap. That's kind of weird. Docs, overview files. Let me see. Is it just like, not really. Okay. I mean, oh, just modified. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's try it. So we should be able to git add, git commit, updating YAML. Testing YAML global options. Okay. Let's check the website now. This might be cached. Probably want to actually re-navigate to the website. Okay. Cool. So I think everything worked, right? All that stuff's cached. Only thing is I thought this should be different. Okay, well I think the global YAML option is working, so that's good. No. Let's try to figure out why this did not push to the website in this way that looks better. Because this is how it's getting rendered. Maybe I need to like re-render the page. Could be something to do with the website layout, like the website's not taking up this whole screen real estate here. Maybe it's some type of global option issue. Because here it looks great. Like it looks like it's working. Is that really how you spell dataset? I thought a dataset was one word. Somebody else had that question too. Dataset or dataset? Yeah, okay. Okay, that's what I thought. Now you're trying to tell me I spelled it wrong. I didn't fucking spell it wrong. Um, so let's try to add this git commit um, testing plot output config. Well, I need to actually git commit correctly. Git push. I'm surprised the render didn't like do that though, to be honest. But that's fine. Guess we're gonna find out now, right? Okay, there we go. That's weird. Why is that not working? That's weird. Why is it cutting it off still? Hmm. Maybe I need to render the site again? Okay, we're gonna try Quarto render run one more time. Because I know sometimes like you gotta like point everything back and it caches weird and stuff like that. So it could be, yeah, okay, here we go. Processing file overview. Yeah, because everything else it's already seen was processed basically. Oh, maybe not actually. Well, we're gonna see if the render works or not. Interesting. So let's look through the log real quick and try to figure out why is it showing this as edited now, even though I already like added and pushed, because it said the PNG got edited. So let's look in the actual folder structure a little bit. Um, so docs, overview files. We have some PNGs versus I'm a little confused. Let me screen grab so I can actually just see these side by side. Make sure I'm like not just missing something visually. Okay. Docs, overview files, figure HTML, unnamed chunk 5.1. Maybe I didn't actually add it. Git add. Why do I also not? Oh, maybe I need to refresh. So weird. Site conclusion. Name chunk. Maybe I want to name my chunks too. Oh, that was deleted. So let me untracked. Okay, well, let's okay, so maybe it was like the old one was the old PNG was like still getting picked up. Not really sure. And I want to explore naming my code chunks actually, since it does affect the file names. So probably not gonna read that. Quarto naming code chunks. Cross-referencing. Label. We're probably going to try that. One minute ago. Yes, there we go. It's looking clean now. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So, okay. Let me take some quick notes. Okay, test naming code chunks for better file organization. Test global figure options in YAML. Okay, so let's start with just naming our chunks and see how that affects our files. Label. So label. Overview. Overview, overview, plot, overview. Okay. Type. Quarto render overview.qnd. I don't know if this will work, but I think it will. Because if I could just render the one page and not the whole thing, that would be awesome. Yes, and then here the structure, the file structure is getting named much better. Or the file naming structure is getting a lot better. Just yeah, this one. Testing naming code chunks. Okay, while that pushes, the website takes a second to update. I'm going to use the restroom. Okay, hopefully the website's all good now. Let's take a look, refresh a couple things. Testing naming code chunks 1 minute ago. Okay, cool. So we're gonna name all the code chunks real quick, and then we're gonna test the global figure options. So in theory, I can just like adjust just the width in each graph, for example. Okay, let's name our chunks. So should just be in a couple of the files. Let's see. Did I have code chunks in here? I don't think so. No, I didn't. Can't remember what that. Oh, that's the intro. Yep. And I just named all those. Placing analysis, time series analysis, tournament analysis. No, those are the 4. Okay. So actually, let me open the overview to get my structure. Label, overview, plot, gender. Okay. I think my first hour is almost up. We're for sure putting in a second hour. Oh yeah, 13 seconds. Start the hour again, and let's put on some different music. I think a little rainy day jazz might hit. Actually, I mean, I really like this guy's jazz guitar playset. Yeah, we're gonna maybe turn it down a touch. Okay. We'll see if I can focus. It might be a little too distracting. Maybe not this song. um, I really like this guy's sets too, actually. And then maybe I'm gonna listen to my favorite jazz set right now. He's got this elegant morning jazz set that's like so good. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. So I thought I turned echo off in all of my blocks, but I was seeing it somewhere a second ago. Yeah, I missed it. Missed it in a couple. That's fine then. Oh, probably when I was dealing with that packaging issue. Okay. So let's do this. Label. Placing. Plot. Placing is absolute. Weight class. Distribution. I wonder how that's getting stored right now for the time series. Okay, it's storing each one. Time series analysis plot first place. Two, three, place. Tournament analysis. Key. No key. Okay, so probably want to render again now that I've renamed all the code chunks. Yeah, nice. That's exactly what I wanted. Git add, git commit, naming code chunks for improved project file naming, or for improved project structure. Okay, so now I gotta figure out, we'll check the website in a second, but we gotta figure out how to set this global option. Set the figure width in the defaults. In individual chunks, only adjust figure aspect ratio. Let's just check for defaults. Quarto defaults. The default theme PDF. You can set global defaults. Format HTML. Grid. Margin, sidebar. Oh, that's cool. I want to set figure defaults in my Quarto project of do I place these in the .yaml file or somewhere else? Question mark. Great question. Yes. Quarto project. How global you want. If you should put them under the format section. For a document. Title. So we're going to start with the global. We're going to start with testing our global option, title, my document format. Don't put at the top level under format. So figure height. Oh, I already have. Wait, LOL. I already have some formatting. I already have the following in my YAML. Not what you want. Just remove. What is the code? What does the code fold do? I'm assuming I put those in like last time I was playing with the project to try to sort this issue out and just didn't work that hard on it. Yeah. So let's render now that I've let's take a note real quick of what was making this plot look good. We'll remove that. And we'll re-render. Oh, low-key, I just, wait. Oh, I accidentally just removed the entire code chunk because I removed the R section. Yeah, probably don't want to do that. Okay, there we go. So it's definitely picking up the defaults now. I had a figure width of 8. Let's save this and see if my render picks this change up right away. Okay, so my height's just a touch small. Oh, but these are looking really nice, actually. I think those improved right away. Let's check the website. See how they compare. Oh, yeah. I think those like immediately got better. Okay, let's test my aspect ratio too. 0.8 and see how that looks. Just like kind of just making everything a touch taller and a touch wider pretty much. Ooh, that's looking nice. That's looking real nice. Real nice. Um, that's looking real nice. Okay. Let's test one of the other pages. So what page looked really fucking bad? This one was okay, but not perfect, obviously. This one looked fucking horrible. um, So better, need to probably adjust the plot itself to make these percentages not look so garbage. Um, but better for sure. This one might be an example where I just need to do a little more like customization of the individual plots. But let's just render the whole website and kind of see how it looks with this new default. Okay, so everything's been rendered. Um, Trying to figure out how to make. That's what I wanted. Just like maybe I could scale down the percentage signs like a touch. Um, on overview plots, shrink percentage labels a touch, just barely. But that's looking a lot better. Let's look at the placing analysis. I mean, that's looking good. That's looking good too. Those are a little hard to see. Uh, on placing plots, bold the x-axis label and increase increase the x-axis label size slightly. Minor adjustment, but might need to. We're gonna play with that plot. Play with last plot as title is getting cut. Yeah, these plots are just all kinds of fucked up. Okay, let's start by touching these plots. And mm, I'm trying to decide if I want to round off the percentages. I think maybe though. Like I don't know how much having the decimal and the percentage is like really adding value here, and it's just like cluttering the plots with more noise. So I think I'm going to start there by rounding the percentages and seeing how that affects how everything looks round percentages. So I think that would probably be here. Let's just see plot type. Yeah. It's been a while since I looked at this code. Proportion. DT. Absolute. Type. Add 5. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Um, percent, scale, prefix, suffix, decimal mark. Um, let's try this. Accuracy 0. Well, that did not work. Um, let's see. Mm. So it's picking depending on the plot, but maybe I need to say 0.1. Yeah. I mean, those look real nice, but I could. Let me see with actually just to just one. Damn, that looks kind of clean. And like it's still, how does it like compare? And it still basically gives the idea, right? Like, I do kind of like having the decimal though, to see that, hey, there was one guy in Rooster, you know. We're gonna test the other plots and see how they compare when I set to 1 decimal. So let's see, plot underscore. Yeah, here we go, plot TS. That was time series. Plot tournaments. Here we go. Okay. That's still just tough. I mean, it's better, for sure. Can I size them down a touch? Label. Um, if I can just size the text down like a touch, then I think 1 decimal place could look good. Label dot size. That was depreciated. Line width. Oh, this geom label, stat parse, size, mapping. Geom text. Ugh, crazy. Um, that's because I put it in the scales argument. That just looks so bad. Definitely don't need a 45-degree angle there. But let's test the size here. That's crazy. It must have a default, surely. Hmm. 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 Oh, maybe it is 3.5. Or like real close to 3.5, if not. I think it's 3.5. Let's see. Geom text. It's like it's close. Maybe like just like a hair down. Mm. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, they're just way too big there. Okay, so we're gonna just try this. I'm gonna declare a variable at the top. Um, um, variable used to control scale percent label size across all plots. Size dot percent. So we're gonna go through and look for all of our geom text. And drop this in. Anything that was a percent variable. Plot placing is absolute. Which one is this? Do not need it in this one. Those look fine. Okay. Now, I also wanted to control the number of percentages. My accuracy variable. Plot type. Size percent. accuracy percent. 0.1. Plot overview. Type plot gender. Plot tournament ski. Yep. Plot tournament snowgi. Plot placing absolutes. Paste. I mean, that one just already looks really good. I don't really want to fuck with it. Okay. So we're going to say percent size 2.3% accuracy. I'm trying to spell it right. It is 0.1. Okay. Okay, so let's rerun this. Okay. So we should have made pretty big adjustments there. Okay, let's Quarto render now. And we'll check to make sure the plots are all showing 1 decimal here in a minute. Line 33 in the overview. Why is that? Object percent accuracy not found. Why would you need that though? List plots. Let's just use some of them, I guess. Seems fine. That one looks pretty bad. Okay. Let's try again. Maybe if I restart R, I'm not sure. Okay, that works. Why would you need to do that though? Definitely gotta figure this out. Maybe it's something about like the plot object, like the way the plot object is actually stored. let's just move this into here. When plot objects are read using read plot, let's actually look through some of my plots. Actually, it's probably some type of scoping issue with percent. That's like, scoping issue with scales percent requires these bars to be loaded before pulling plot object. Make sure I can still run this. Okay. And then try this again. Okay, well, I mean, that's fine. Something to do with the scales package, I think. Quarto. Okay, I mean, everything is rendering now, so that's definitely an improvement. Okay. Let's see how it's looking then. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's look at our other ones. These ones we might just honestly just have to, I don't know what I'm going to do about those yet. We might have to 45 align them maybe. Those still look good. May even have to split them. Possibly as well. Could get a lot of options there, I think. Let's go here and do width, figured out width. like 10. Let's see how that looks. I mean, so that really improved the spacing. Let's re-render this page. Yeah, it's just tough. Because, I mean, the graph is looking nice now. Probably need to just, I'm going to probably try these on the 90-degree angle, I think. Those are looking good, though. That's looking really good. Just, what's our aspect ratio? Figure that ASP equals yeah, it's good, I would say. My second hour is up, but we're gonna just do a couple quick little things before we call it a day. Because we were getting to a pretty good stopping place. So those plots are looking cleaner. The time series plots are looking rough. But I think I can actually honestly fix those pretty quick. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom, and then we're gonna try a couple things. Okay, we're gonna try to adjust these to a 90-degree angle, the percentage label. And then on the time series chart, we're gonna try to change the tick marks on the x-axis to be like 45 like this, and to also be maybe showing less years. So what plot tournaments? Yeah. Here we go. I think it was like the angle. It's like angle equals 90. I think I placed the angle argument in the wrong location. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Well, that looks even fucking worse, bro. Damn. Maybe if I scale the width a touch more? I don't know. That's tough. This one's definitely a little tough. We gotta figure out if it's the... Like... No, it's just... I guess I just need to scale the width more. Maybe if I do this... Oh, that's crazy. Damn, that's just tough. That's just really, really bad. No, it's just too small, though. Um... It's just tough. Maybe if I... Percent size. Damn. I just don't think there's a good way to fix this. Okay, let me look at the website real quick. Let's think about this. Because it's like, hmm. Unless I could change the facet grid to be. Mm, what if I do this? How does that look? I could try that. Let's try this. Maybe changing it to more of like a grid layout. Actually, that looks pretty clean. Um, uh, sure, we'll just do figure dot aspect ratio. Well, definitely. Mm, we just need to make the height a touch bigger. I'm just getting too wide. I should probably just set this one more like manually. So 10. And then fig dot height would be just the baseline. Make it a touch smaller, maybe 8. So maybe the aspect ratio of just 10. Sorry, of 1. No, I liked this setting better. That just looks good, to be honest. And then honestly, probably don't even need the special sizing variable anymore. We can just and then it was just my facet. Yeah. Just wrapping it in a nicer way. Like this. I feel like that's getting cut like just a hair. 10.2 or some shit. I might just be seeing stuff though. Oh, it's not even adjusting the label, so it's definitely not. I think it's getting a little. Yeah, okay, so that's looking a lot better. Okay. So last thing is I want to change the tick marks on my time series plots. Plot.ts. Now, how did they look? Date breaks. Okay. Now I have like 45-degree. Yeah. Axis.text.x angle. Element text. Yes. Having these at an angle should make a difference. Time series, first place mail. Nice. Okay. Okay, that looks a lot better. A lot better. Axis.text.text. Strip.text. this in as well. Okay. Now, if I look at the time series page, should be looking better. Nice. Much better. The spacing's kind of weird, but let's look at the page. Let's actually look at the page. Actually, not bad. Just the figure looked a little bit. I don't know what's going on there. Second and third place. That's weird. Fig. Emilia, just less results. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much ready to push all the changes. Quarto render. git add adjusting plot or cleaning up plot sizing and display details. Git push. Okay. Okay. Nice. Probably take a minute to hit the website, but that's okay. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that's looking very clean. It's looking very clean. This is looking very clean. Okay. Let's check the next page. Yes, this is looking good. The titles are looking good. Ugh, that's looking so good. Awesome. Okay, now let's look at the time series. Even the time series is looking pretty good. You know, that's great. That's really great. Okay, so all right, we made some like really good progress today. The charts are like looking pretty well sized now. Only thing about the charts that's a little weird is this data timeline for the second, third place chart is kind of weird, so I might need to investigate the underlying data there and see if there's some type of issue. But overall, the charts are looking much, much better on the website. Like everything's looking sized nice now. So next time, probably need to figure out, do I ultimately really want to use the low S method for my time series analysis, or do I want to do some type of rolling average? Not sure yet. Then I need to really like start actually doing some write-ups on each chart. Like, I have some brief stuff already, of course, but like need to go back through and like really look at, okay, what have I written so far? Get some rough drafts for the ones where I didn't write as much or didn't write anything at all, and start like really talking through what does this mean? What are we seeing? And then after that, then I'll start filling out the kind of skeleton pages too. So anyways, made a lot of progress today. That's sick. Gonna go about my day, do some other stuff, but anybody who's still following along, appreciate you and hope to continue to make progress on this project this fall. So have a great day.